Last Sei Bella haul was a huge hit and the views have spoken, so today we will be doing another episode of the Sei Bella haul. Let's just hop right in. Welcome back to the Pomchi Pack, everyone. If you are new, welcome. Today we will be doing a part 2 to the first Sei Bella haul that I did. If you have yet to see that, I do suggest that you go check that out because I will be referencing that a lot today. So first off, in today's video, I did want to say I am dealing with some costochondritis, which is just inflammation in my ribs attachment to my sternum. I have a couple dislocated ribs right now in the front, so I am trying to limit my mobility in my right arm. So I will be trying to manage that as well as I can. And emphasis on as well as I can, because the show must go on. Now, the makeup haul was definitely my most popular video with over 1,000 views at this point, so thank you guys very, very much for watching that. It really means a lot, and I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it. I did have a lot of people ask about what Sei Bella is, because apparently that's not well known, which I wasn't aware of. But if you guys are interested in learning more about Sei Bella and Melaleuca, I will share what I know about the company and the line and the products. I will share that later in the video towards the end, so if you are interested in that, be sure to stick around. If you're curious about how I dislocated my ribs, it's really not an interesting story. I was just reaching for the remote and it just slipped right out. Got it reset and it slipped right out as I was adjusting myself in bed. So the exciting chronicles of my life. Anyways, let's get started. Alright guys, now before we get into the products today, I did want to make sure to clarify, I did mention in my last video's description, but I forgot to mention in the video, that I am not a paid representative of Melaleuca as far as making videos. I don't get paid to make these. I just really enjoy their products, and I know a lot of people, well, I know now that a lot of people aren't really familiar with their brand and their products, so I just wanted to spread the word and share the information with you guys. Now with formalities out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into these products here. In the last video, I shared with you guys the different skincare lines that I had already tried. I tried the, I cannot speak today, I'm sorry. I tried the charcoal and flower one, I tried the vitamin C one, and then I also tried just the face cleanser and honey and rose. And so far, I have tried all of them except for the deep marine one. That one is really good for aging skin and dry skin, so if you do have that, I would recommend looking into that line. But I have found that the honey and rose line actually works really well for me. So I showed you guys the soothing foam cleanser in the last video, and I am still very happy with it. I haven't been using it as much as I know I should because I've gotten lazy. And the new additions to my face collection of the skincare is the Daily Soothing Lotion. So this was one that used to be the R3 Age Defying Daily Lotion, and that one has been replaced by several different types in the different lines. So each line has a lotion, and I think there's one line that has a cream instead of a lotion. Since this was the latest addition to the skincare line that I have, I really, really like it. I like that it's just a little pump at the top. I really like that it's just a little squeeze. It's a lot less cumbersome than the big bottle that they had before, and I could never, ever get the rest out of the bottom. Let's move on to the next one. Now the Honey and Rose Overnight Recovery Cream. I really, really love this one. I've used it quite a few times since getting it, and I actually like it more than the one that I showed you in the last video, the pump one, the R3 cream. I like it a lot more. It's thicker, it stays on longer, and I put it on at night and it's off in the morning. And I do still use the R3 one. I'm still using that one up. I use it with my makeup. I can't use this one with my makeup. If I forget to put something on in the morning and my face is really dry, I just have to stick with this lotion, because if I do try to do it with the cream, my face just peels. I don't know if it's just because it's really dry and it's just like dead skin, or if it's just this is fighting with my face oils or something. But I cannot layer this with makeup, so that is something to note. Now, next up in the Honey and Rose Face Care, I really like this addition. I did not get to try it until after the last video you guys saw it, but it's the Biphase Recovery Oil. And I am a huge fan of this. As I said, my face is very dry and I live in Idaho, so that is not a very good combination when it comes to dry skin. So this is a really, really nice way just to kind of give your face a little pick-me-up if you are a bit dry, if your face feels kind of like, I get really bad red cheeks, kind of like a rosacea kind of thing. So if I use this when I'm starting to feel like that feverness and flush come on, it really actually helps quite a bit, and I was surprised about how much it did. Now, last but not least, there is the Honey and Rose Skin Soothing Recovery Toning Mist. Now, I was kind of skeptical of this because I don't usually use face sprays. I feel like they're kind of like redundant, except for like the makeup setting spray, but I hardly ever wear enough makeup to like need to do that lately. I mean, it's quarantine lately. Where am I going? But I am actually really, really happy with this toning mist. But if you were just, you know, a normal person and you just feel like you need a little pick-me-up in the morning, after you put on your lotion, put on the toning mist, and it's just like, your face is anew. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. It's really nice. Now that is the Honey and Rose line. Like I said, that is definitely my favorite line out of all of them. The others are good too, but as far as like the right fit for my skin, that's definitely the one that I'm sticking with. I will put the other lines up here and what they're best for. The vitamin C line is good for reviving and rejuvenating your skin. So if it is kind of like red and irritated, it's a good way to keep that, you know, a little bit down, and it helps with daily defense is what they call it. Then there is the charcoal and flower one. And then the deep marine one that I have not yet tried is good for aging skin and dry skin as well, but it is on the upper end of price as well, so it's something to note. Now, I think we will move on to eyeshadow next because I am dying to show you guys this new palette that I got. It is the Double Take palette, and I think I got the Erin one. Now, I really like the packaging on it. It's got this nice brown and the actual, what is this, coral? I'm colorblind, so don't come at me if that's not the right color. But I really do like the packaging. Let's open this up and take a look here. Okay, yes, so this is the Erin palette. And something that I wanted to make sure is if this has a mirror like the Earthbound palette that I got in my last video. It looks like it doesn't have the mirror, which is kind of a disappointment because when you need eyeshadow palettes, it is very handy to have a mirror with it if you're traveling or, you know, you just need to touch up your makeup a little bit. However, it is, you know, manageable. You can find other ways to put on your makeup. You can have a little compact, but that's just another thing you need to carry around. So it is worth noting, I do like the quote in the top of the eyeshadow palette. It's kind of cute. It says, "Some days I am more wolf than woman, and I'm still learning how to stop apologizing for my wild." And I mean, it could be seen as a little cheesy, but I mean, what type of marketing isn't cheesy nowadays? So I think it is really cool, but I really, 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 did I say really? I really like the colors in this palette. I like the pinks and the purples, and I really like that it has nice neutrals in there so you can use a good base coat and then use a little pop of color later so that you're not just going full bore trying to use up the whole palette because that's all you have. And it would be really nice. Like, again, if you were in a situation where you were traveling, you can just bring this palette and know, I can do 3 different eye looks, you know, with this. I could do a really nice smoky eye, I could do a really nice, you know, soft pink, I could do a nice little purple, and the Confident one is nice and shimmery if you guys can see that. Altogether, I just really like the combination of all the colors. I will definitely use them all. Alright, now next up I think I will go on to the other eyeshadows that we have. So first I will start with these little compacts. These are super cute and they did them for just a little while. I have not been able to find these little compacts again though, because right now I've only been able to find them in like these little plastic holders, and I am just not a fan of that. Like, they are just so finicky, they fall out, and you know, like these look like they're like refills for other palettes, but then they discontinue the palettes. This one, this angelic one, will actually fit inside of this Erin palette. And then there's ones that are like this. and they are so small. I don't know what palette they were made for. They're not even made for my West palette that I showed you guys in my last video, because that one, those ones are square pans. I don't know what this one is for. I think I just answered my own question. Let me see here. Because I think this one might fit inside of one of these little compacts. As far as I can tell, these compacts do not have removable eyeshadows, which again, doesn't necessarily go with their brand of being able to reuse kind of thing. They do a lot of concentrates for their cleaning items, and they use reusable bottles. So you buy the bottle once and then you just keep buying the concentrate and you mix it in the same bottle. Now this does not follow that same concept because this does not seem like I can replace the eyeshadow that's in it. It's a very small thing, it's kind of nitpicky, and that is an issue that I have with their eyeshadows, is that it just doesn't seem like it's very user-friendly, I suppose. Because like the palettes are great, but some of them I haven't been able to find replacement pans for. I don't know if I'm just not looking in the right place, or if they discontinue the colors and then they put them in the new pan for the new color palette, and they don't carry the old color palette size like pans. Whatever it is though, if I have an expired or like outdated eyeshadow palette, and then they do like one for the next season, so let's say that I have an eyeshadow palette for 4 months. You know, I got it in the spring and now it's like summer, almost fall, and I live in Idaho, so the seasons are a little bit weird, but still though, if they're going with the seasons and it's outdated, then I just have an empty, useless palette. You know, I can't refill the colors that I like, and I can't keep up with what I bought. So once you use it, it's kind of just gone, and you can't get the same colors that are labeled on the palette, if that makes sense. So that's just constructive criticism from my opinion. I like to be able to reuse things. I like a palette, I want to keep it, and I want to keep reusing it. I kind of am a person of habit. So, alright, I will step off my soapbox and I will show you the colors that we have. So first we have Angelic, which is a really nice beige, and it does have a kind of a little tiny bit of shimmer in it. I really like it as a base coat. It's really nice as a accent, and it's not too dark, so it's not distracting. And luckily for me, it does kind of match my skin tone, so if I do want to use it instead of using a concealer or an eyeshadow primer to cover up, you know, the veins on my eyelids, it works for that too. Then we have Back to Basics, this nice pretty brown. And as you can see, it's a little bit shimmery as well. I don't use this one very often because I already have very deep set eyelids, so I like to avoid darker colors. But I do use this every so often if I want to do a little bit of the smoky eye, which I'm not very good at, so I don't do that very often. It's a pretty color. If you do use brown a lot, I would definitely suggest you try this one. So I use this French vanilla one all the time, but not as frequently as I would like to because I have to get this out separately. And I know that sounds really lazy, but if I have, you know, an eyeshadow palette out, I just want to be able to go like dip, 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 and then done. Because usually when I'm doing my makeup, it's like 5 minutes before we're leaving the house because we're going to get groceries, and I don't need to be all guzzied up to get groceries. I just want to look like I tried that day. But I do like the French vanilla as a color. It is great. I just wish that they had it replaceable so that I could use a palette or build my own. If they could come up with like a DIY build your own eyeshadow palette, I'd be fully on board. That would be awesome. Then we have the Mermaid eyeshadow. And again, it is in this little cloche thing. I have the same complaint with it, that it is not reusable, at least to my eyes. It might be, but I have no clue how to get this pan out of this little compact. This was the one that I tried, this blue-green, and it looked horrible. So I don't need to really talk over it too much. It doesn't work for me. I think I will give it off as a gift because I cannot wear it. But it is a really pretty color, and that's why I bought it. But it's just not for me. Now, words. Now, while we're still on the subject of eyes, I have the new mascara. I am a big fan of this one in comparison to the old one that they had. I think I had like the defining lash in their mascara. I did not like it. This is also the defining lash, but it's in their new mascara. The old one, I really had a problem with it clumping. I do not know if it was just because it was too old, or I was running too low on it, or the brush needed cleaned. Whatever it was, I could not put it on without it clumping. The lash primer would kind of help, but then it was just like I would just find myself picking at it because it would just clump my eyelashes together so much, and I just cannot stand that. This one I do not have the same problem with. Sometimes I do if I don't wash off the brush. It seems like it clumps a lot less easily, and it's just a lot cleaner. It's easier to clean, so I am a huge fan of the update on this one. They did update the formulation on this, I think. They must have, or just the brush makes that big of a difference because it does not clump hardly at all, hardly ever. I'm definitely happy they made that change. And this is in brown black, and my other one I believe was in black. I actually like the brown black better now that I've discovered it. It looks a little less harsh and it looks a little bit more natural on my lashes, and it makes it just seem like I just have long lashes. And who doesn't want that, you know? I do have an eyeliner and a lip liner. We will get back to this lip liner. And we'll start with this eyeliner. Pretty straightforward. It's the Definition eyeliner in black. It's a gel pen, and it comes with a built-in sharpener on the back, as I believe most brands do now. It does really well. It spreads really well. It doesn't clump too bad. It is hard for me to do like a over-the-lid liner, but I think that's mostly just my fault because I never do it because I can't do it. But as far as eyeliners go, it's really not bad. Not overly noteworthy, but not bad. Let's move on to this eyeshadow. I forgot to show you guys this one in my last video. It is a cream eyeshadow, which I had never heard of until I saw this. It has the cutest polka dot lid, which is what got me to pick it up. So their packaging and marketing department definitely accomplished their goal on that. This has been in my medicine cabinet, like in my makeup bag, for almost 2 years. And I can still use it on and off. I don't use it very often though because it is strikingly bright, and I just can't ever find a situation where I need to use something this bright. It might be good as like an eyeliner if you wanted to like dip your little brush in this, or like wipe the brush on the brush, if that makes sense. I'll show you what I mean in a video. I'll show you what I mean right here, but you can brush this brush on another brush and use it as an eyeliner to create a line. And I've used that a couple of times, but again, this is almost completely full because I never find a reason to use it, but it is really, really nice. So if you do use eyelashes, if you use cream eyelashes, if you do use cream eyeshadow, I definitely do like Sabella's brand with it. It's nice and creamy, it goes on strong, and then it dries pretty quickly. Let's move on to this mineral foundation. In my last video, I showed you guys some cream to powder foundations, which did not work very well for me. I think they were good quality, just not for my skin. As I mentioned in the video, you guys will have to watch it if you haven't seen it before because I will be referencing a lot. But as I mentioned, it like spread across my skin like super poorly, like it just like caught, and like I have like just dry skin, and so like the pores and stuff would just stand out. It give me wrinkles, and it's just, I mean, I'm only like 25, so I do not need to be seeing my wrinkles right now. It's really not good for the old, you know, self-confidence. But if you have nice moisturized skin, it works really well, because if this goes on to dry skin, it does a similar thing. It doesn't spread very well, and it kind of just sits in your wrinkles. And it's really good for under eye situations. I have pretty bad dark circles, especially when I don't sleep very well, which I haven't been the past like few years. I kind of bought it on a whim just to see if it worked better than the cream to powder ones. I still haven't found anything that works better than my CC brightening cream, mostly because I think it's just nice to have a tinted, basically moisturizer for my face, because anything else, any other texture, it just won't take without just making it look horrible. And I was able to find basically my exact same skin color. It matches really well. This is in Fair. All right, now we will move on to lips really quick. I actually got these two as a gift, and I actually like both of them. I don't wear lipstick very much or lip gloss. I touch my face incessantly, just constantly touch my face. I mentioned that in my last one too, in my last video. So I don't wear lipstick a lot because I just rub it all over my face. It gets all over my clothes and it's just a mess. So it's totally not worth it. on the normal day. But if I'm going out somewhere nice and I want to look good, I really do like to have these little lipsticks, lip glosses. As you guys can see, it has a really nice applicator, really nice lid. It glides out really nicely, and it's kind of just a rounded applicator. A lot of the time I see like the flat edges with the pointed tip, and I actually like this round one a little bit more. It seems like I can be a little bit more precise when I put it on my lips. It doesn't, you know, overdo it, and I'm, again, not very good at putting on lipstick, especially because I don't do it very often, and I don't do it for many reasons. So when I do it, not very well practiced, but these actually make it pretty easy. I do really like to do this Plumberry Tart color with this very, with this Wineberry lip liner. I don't really know how to do lip liner very well, so don't really take my advice on how to do it, but I do really like the contrast of the two. So if you're looking for a good purple red kind of contrast, it looks really, really nice. This second color is called Blushing Beige, and I actually really like it just, you know, as a casual thing. Since I'm not used to seeing myself with lipstick, it's kind of shocking to have the Plumberry Tart color on. So if I'm wanting to do just something a little bit nicer and still do lipstick or lip gloss, I really like to do just this normal Blushing Beige. And it also goes pretty well with this Wineberry lip liner as well. Now we're nearing the end of this haul. Here is the new packaging for the lip treatment. I'm a huge fan of this. This was a huge life changer for me. And I did have a problem with their packaging that they had before. It was in a little container kind of like this. Watch my other video, you'll know. But the cap would actually crack sometimes. Up the side, it would crack. So if you kind of had it on at a weird angle, because it is oval, not circular. So if you did have it on a weird angle and you pushed down on it, it would crack the lid. I did that to like 2 or 3 different tubes, and it was really disappointing. But this one is actually a little bit more sturdy. This one actually feels like the bottom is made of kind of like a metal blend. The top is still plastic, but you know, what can you do? And this, I believe, is one of their new colors. So this is in Marvelous Mauve, I believe. And I actually was kind of nervous to use it because, again, I don't wear lipsticks very often. But it's really not that severe of a color. It's really classy. It's not like a huge red lip, you know, it's not super striking. But it is a little something, and this does go very well with the Wineberry lip liner as well, as luck would have it. So this makes a very good pairing. This is how the lip treatment turns up. I really do like how much it gives you, as well as giving you the nice angle. It keeps it cleaner, and it has a little magnet when you put it on, and so it makes it really, really easy to not crack it. And if you're doing it in the dark or something, doing it in a dark car on your way home, something like that, it's just nice and easy to know that you know that it's closed, so that it doesn't, you know, pop open in your purse or you crack the lid like I did with the other ones. And last item for today's haul is the new packaging for the makeup removing wipes. So I put these wipes in the last video, but they were in the old packaging, and I don't know for certain if they changed the formulation on it, but these wipes actually feel like they're softer. I did not like the old ones as much. I couldn't use them over my eyes at all because it would just really irritate them and my skin would be really red afterwards. And I think it was just because the wipes were just too aggressive. So this one, they changed the wipes up and made them a little bit softer. They're still a little bit too aggressive for me, but I do have a very sensitive face. So I would suggest this if you are looking for a makeup wipe remover thing. It's really not that bad. It's not, you know, huge, write home about, you know, this isn't what I would go to Melaleuca for to get necessarily. If I had another option, I'd probably go with the Sabella liquid makeup remover. But as far as makeup wipes go, these are actually pretty good. Again, I can't use them very often because they do bother my skin because of the wipes. So my suggestion and my advice to you would be, don't scrub your face aggressively with these. Wipe the makeup off your face gently and then wash your face off with like a face cleanser or something. Because if you do it aggressively, you will definitely regret it. That's all the products that I have for you guys today, but be sure to stick around for episode 3 that will be coming sometime in the future. I do not have that filmed yet or planned yet, but it is in the works. I'm getting the shopping list down for that. But it will be a hair and nail haul, so that one will be quite exciting. They have lots of different nail colors. Now, for those of you who are curious to know more about Seibella and Melaleuca, here is some information for you guys that I know. So Seibella is a line of beauty products created by the company Melaleuca, the wellness company. And Melaleuca makes several different lines. They don't just focus on the beauty products like Seibella. They have a cleaning line, they have a food line, you know, health food. They have supplements like vitamins, etc. Now, Melaleuca Seibella line is similar in quality to Lancome and like NARS, kind of. But there is a catch with Melaleuca, since they are a membership-based company, so it's kind of like Sam's Club where you need to like sign up for a membership, and then, you know, instead of paying a fee, you just have like a certain amount every month that you have to order, like in product value. So they do have that, but it does make the price a little bit less. So their regular price is close to NARS and Lancome, but if you have a preferred membership, their price is actually less than Lancome and NARS, but their quality is the same. Now, one thing about Melaleuca that I do know is that they don't claim to be organic or all natural or non-GMO and non-chemical and whatever. They do just try to strive to make the best product, the best quality product, as naturally as they can. If, you know, making deodorant with just beeswax was super helpful and super efficient, they would probably do it, but it's not. So they do find a good balance between the two, I think. They do also have what they call the Select line, which is non-GMO, soy-free, gluten-free, etc. They do have certain products from that line like granola bars, protein crisps, etc. But that's basically all I can think of to share with you about Melaleuca. If you do have any more questions that I didn't address today, comment them down below and I will reach out to you and help answer them the best that I can in the way that I know how. Now, I am so happy that I was able to share my personal knowledge with you guys. Oh, I keep moving my arm. Come on, you guys, you were supposed to remind me. I'm doing this for you. Take 5. Now, that's all I have for you guys today, but if you did enjoy today's video and would like to see more, make sure to share this video with your friends and hit that like button down below so that I know that you enjoyed it and I will make more for you. And of course, if you would like to see us again and you're not a part of the Pomchi Pack already, go ahead and go down below and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell as well. And you will get notified every time we have a new video posted for you. Also, just a reminder, our next haul will be for the hair and nail products that Seibella has. If you guys do want to see that one, I don't have a specific day scheduled for that, so make sure that you go down below, hit subscribe, and hit that bell, and YouTube will let you know when it is up and ready for you. Now, that is all for today. I desperately need to rest my arm and my chest and my ribs. I hope you stay safe, be kind, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully less damaged. If you are not sick of me yet and would like to see more of this face, you guys can see more videos up here and up here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!